Warcraft's lost playable race. We've been talking a lot about playable races in the game and what's coming next and how it's gonna, how it's gonna be. I think I know what this video is about. I think Blizzard made a mistake. I think Vulpera are that mistake. I'm not gonna, question people who play Vulpera. We know why they put Vulpera in the game. We know why. It's a sexual fetish. But anyways, I digress. Let's get into this video and see what Blizzard's biggest mistake was. From Platinum WoW, by the way.
Long ago, the desert of Vol'dun was not a desert. In fact, it was a lush jungle.
As many deserts
were
were.
the lands of the wild snake god Sethralus, which was worshipped by Sethrak and trolls alike. Great was the lowest power, harnessing the elements of lightning and dominion over the rich lands of Vol'dun. But during these ancient times, the trolls accidentally woke the old god beings called the Aekir, starting a war that would change Azeroth forever.
The Aekir War.
The Cathraxi creature known as Mithrax attacked the holy lands of Vol'dun. Its power was vast, threatening to bring this world to ruin. Defilers! But Sethralus safeguarded her lands, sacrificing herself to defeat the abomination of evil.
Some badass lore.
This moment in history was one of the most intense raids on Azeroth, and you know what? It actually reminds me of my favorite turn-based fantasy game, which is the supporter of today's video.
Raid Shadow
Legends.
Legends.
Some cool rewards being added to the game's 6-year anniversary, so listen up. You know Raid, you love Raid.
Does Raid have a furry class?
Strategy game, and it's gone through some massive changes.
I should say a furry race.
Grind, so you can jump right into the end-game action as fast as possible.
Yeah, the helicopter has some lore behind it, Justin.
Dungeons and the PvP arena. And I'm a big fan of this. They've increased the pace of the game so we can get right.
I pray to God that one day, God gives me the amount of money that Raid Shadow Legends has in their advertising budget. Because these guys are fucking everywhere. You cannot avoid a Raid Shadow Legends ad for the life of you, especially if you watch any video game content on YouTube whatsoever.
To the end game of killing giant.
Congratulations to Platinum WoW for getting some of that money. I can't hate them.
Kickstart your adventure into
I would take it too.
The link in the description or scanning the QR code.
If you're watching Raid,
to get the epic Zargla hero.
I take
and
that
after
shit.
Downloading the game with my link, you can
or
use
boot.dev,
the promo code
yeah.
Supreme6 to get Supreme Gaelic, and it's not done there. Then
Supreme
you can use
who?
promo code Monkey King to get the legendary champion Sung Wukong, and then if you log into Raid for 7 days, you get Alice the Wanderer. Everyone is getting legendary champions here, and if you want in on the action, you have to scan my QR code, and you can join me in-game as well. I'm Platinum Wowza, and you can join my clan, the Platinum Pals. Again, you don't want to miss the crazy amount of rewards and the epic
That's what I thought he said,
of
Justin.
Raid Shadow Legends' 6th year anniversary. So scan my QR code and jump into the action.
Sam's an ad-ho,
Thank you, Raid, for sponsoring this video.
Get some G Fuel and sunflower seeds.
Ever since Sethralus' death, the sands of Vol'dun have spread and altered the zone into a barren desert. The trolls left the inhospitable region, but the Sethrak remained stalwart in defending the holy land of their god.
Strong race.
Within the Titan pyramid of Atul Aman, the corpse of Mithrax was locked away. The Keepers were formed, 3 of the most powerful Sethrak who created magical
these
keys
guys.
imbued with their power to keep the evil contained and never be released again. These Keepers were named Solthis, a powerful sage, Vorik, a symbol of wisdom and clarity, and Korthek, known for his strength and tactical.
I know this is probably not intentional, but these guys are holding the heart of Azeroth, aren't they? That's what this animation is. It's just the heart of Azeroth animation.
Genius. For many years, the Sethrak lived in harmony within the Temple of Sethralus, within the twisting...
By the way, I mean, one reason why I was kind of sad that we didn't get these guys as a playable race, but instead we got Vulpera. Look at this architecture. Oh my god. Imagine these guys had a badass, whatever, capital city somewhere. Look at how nice their architecture is. It is so unique, so just specifically Sethrak, the snake are, you know, pillars and everything, these cool blue diamonds everywhere. What a cool race. Instead, we got fucking Volpera with campsites. They just use dune buggy. They use like little buggies and shit. I mean, my God, what a sad choice that was.
Of Sethralus.
We know why that
Within
choice
the
was made.
twisting corridors of the temple, the remains of Sethralus are protected, and her devoted followers pray for the day that she is reborn. But some
cool zone.
Sethrak grew impatient for her return. As the sands of Old Dune continued to spread, the keeper Korthek grew hungry for conquest. It had been thousands of years since
Corruption.
Sethralus' sacrifice, and one could build only so many sandcastles before they grew bored of it all.
Yeah.
Korthek came to the conclusion that the Sethrak's strength was not through Sethralus, but themselves. Korthek and his followers would reject the worship of their god, instead focusing on their own path and total domination over the continent of Zandalar. In order to achieve
conquest.
that end, secretly, Korthek planned to gather each of the Keeper's keystones to reawaken Mithrax and overthrow their troll allies. But Korthek
What a stupid fucking plan. How does he plan on, you know, keeping the god in check? Huh? What? He just gonna summon him and hope he destroys shit? I miss this part of the story. Foxy people are cuter than the snake people. That's why. This is why. That's why. I mean, look, I don't hate furries, okay? You do whatever you want in your bedroom. You do whatever your sexual fetish is, go ahead and do it. That's fine with me. You're not hurting anybody by fucking somebody in a furry suit. The problem is, why does your sexual fetish got to be in the game? That's what I don't understand. I'd have the same problem if, like, foot fetish people were calling for foot, you know, foot sliders in the character creation screen because they wanted big feet in the game. Like, yes, I would have a problem with that too. Same reason. So the fact that we missed out on Sethrak, this badass race with badass architecture and amazing in-depth storyline, far more depth to their story than what we got in Volpera, we missed out on them because of butthole furry sex. Hey, it's kind of sad. Yeah, it kind of made me sad. I'm not going to lie. It did. That is what it is.
Solthis discovered this treachery. But Korthek would stop.
You seen a guy with a tail at Walmart today? That's one of the more normal things you'd probably see at your local Walmart, so that's not that crazy.
I am the true power of the Sethrak.
Oh, damn, he one-shot him.
The city has fallen. There is talk within the temple.
Also, look at this. Badass customization options. Look at the ear piercings right here on the little, you know, hood, the what's it called? The Cobra hood. Look at that. There's so much customization of these guys if you look at their different models. There's a ton in here. Man.
There is talk within the temple.
It's not an ear, I know, but you get what I'm saying.
The trolls. They are a formidable race that will not fall easily. We've lived in peace for so long. Why would he now desire to start a fight he cannot win? I shall inform Vorik of my concerns, but first, I must safeguard my key. I have a feeling something bad will happen. Very soon. Vorik, if you are receiving this message, then I fear I was too late. Korthek has betrayed our people.
Oh no.
And plans to break the barrier we placed on the tomb long ago.
Such cool lore.
I can only hope I've hidden my key well enough so that you are the only one to find it.
Yeah, no pressure.
You face the might of Korthek, the Eternal Emperor.
The new self-proclaimed Emperor Korthek took control over the Temple of Sethralus, and his followers were named the Faithless. They enslaved the other races living within the dunes.
Best image in this whole video. Best image in this whole video. Look at that. Locked away. Where he belongs.
And even expanded the desert's borders into the neighboring lands.
For the glory of the Sethrak Empire. We are not bound to the lower. Our strength is our own.
Oh, damn.
Those still faithful to their god were called the Devoted, and were forced into hiding, residing within the sanctuary of the Devoted, and biding their time for a moment to strike and dethrone this self-proclaimed emperor.
This is it's so cool. This is such good lore writing, man. This is like literally a religious war. You got the devoted there who are still remaining loyal to their Loa and everything else, and then you got what were they? The non-believers. I don't know what the hell they were called. And they were just, running around, basically trying to summon the fucking same Lord who destroyed everything, who literally fought against their Loa.
Deck brought this war upon
The
us.
Faithless, yeah.
We
What a cool
must
lore
stay
division here.
strong.
When Horde players arrived to
hell's going
Vol'dun,
on here?
they discovered that the Sand Fury troll, General Jack Rosette and his tribe, are working with the Faithless to retrieve the
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Keystones to unleash Mithrax. Jack Rosette has an intense hatred for the Horde. I mean, I bet you would too if they massacred your tribe in Tenaris way back in Classic WoW. And now he's gonna stop at nothing to get his revenge.
Yeah,
We need
justified.
to speed things up. The king has nosy visitors. That could pose a problem.
You do your part, General, and I will do mine. Trespassers, you will die in these dunes.
His animations are so
During
good.
the
I
main
love playing them
quest
well.
line of the zone, Horde players crash land into Vol'dun, find Solthus's keystone, and then later free Vorik after he was captured by the Faithless soldiers.
Right. Really good quest writing here.
Must you pick at every corpse for treasure?
Gotta get that loot.
Sephiroth is our true goal.
Throughout the story of the zone, players fight alongside the Devoted
forgot already.
and the other Vol'dun race, the Volpera. Vorik and his rebels go on the offensive and assault the Temple of Sethralus. Players fly around on a Paradax, kill a lot of Sethrak, and attract the ire of the Emperor himself.
Come forward and answer for your crimes, Korthek. Are you so afraid, old friend, that
Here.
you hide while your
It's like a Deathgate cinematic, right? Like the Lich King. Come forward, answer for your crimes.
people suffer? Come and end
Your people.
this, Korthek. I wonder, Vorik, if you're here, who's guarding the keys in your temple? What have
Oh,
you done,
you got hoopty.
Korthek? Ensured my victory.
Yes,
no
your people
matter
demand
what
justice.
happens here. General Jack Rosette already has my key, and by now, I suppose he has yours as well. He will raise Mithrax, and we will conquer all of Azeroth! You fool! Mithrax cannot be controlled!
Exactly what I said.
Yeah! No! I did not force anyone to follow me, Vorik. Our people are conquerors. No, old friend. Our people are dead because of you. And now you must join them. Sethralus forgive you.
Damn. We're ruthless.
And so, in an act of utter strategic failure, Vorik and the Devoted failed to defend the Keystones.
They just left the fucking important ass keystones unguarded. Yeah, that's a big fucking miscalculation.
Jack Rosette and his soldiers rush in and claim them, now having all three keys to unleash Mithrax. So players,
Yeah, we know how this
Vorik
played
and
out.
Zandalari allies try to beat General Jack Rosette to the Temple of Atul Aman, but they are too late.
We lose.
The general is already offering blood sacrifices to unleash Mithrax on this world once again. But we beat the snot out of him. But the fate of Azeroth is already sealed.
By the way, we never got these troll customizations, did we? You can't make like this pale, you can make the blind one, but These trolls specifically were really cool looking, these desert-dwelling trolls, but I don't think you can make ones that look like this. Which I guess makes sense because they hate the Horde. So I mean, it would be kind of weird to be able to make them on the Horde.
Give him a clean death. We have seen enough suffering.
Yeah, we're gonna do heroic, Josh.
Suffering? You have not seen true suffering. Not yet! But you will!
Smeagoled himself.
You cannot escape the shadows. No, it cannot be.
He was the final sacrifice. We have failed.
Yeah. We lost.
So Mithrax is reawakened, and now we need Sethralus, now more than ever, for round 2, and rush into the Temple of Sethralus to crush the Faithless once and for all.
Right.
Gameplay-wise, the Temple of Sethralus is definitely not the most beloved dungeon.
I didn't
with
like
its
this
ball
dungeon.
dodging and ball juggling sections. But one aspect of the dungeon that I think is overlooked is the awesome painted skybox that shows that Sethrak society is a lot larger than what we see in-game. Also, throughout the dungeon, you are following the twisting spine of the ancient Loa Sethralus, and it leads to where her avatar
damn,
is
I
being
didn't know that.
corrupted by hoodoo trolls. We put a stop to this, of course, and the avatar of Sethralus is reawakened.
The storm has broken, and I am myself again. You have my gratitude, heroes.
Yeah, no problem.
Though it will be some time
Still better than
before
that
my
meter.
full power is restored. The curse that prevented my return has been broken.
I mean, they even have female models on these. So, I mean, these guys were ready, man, to be played. These guys really were.
So players rescue the avatar Sethralus, who is now
Just
depicted
didn't get
as a Sethrak instead of a giant snake. And despite her being reawakened specifically to fight Mithrax,
She didn't
never
help.
does.
Yeah, she didn't help.
Mithrax is just the second to last boss in the Old Deer raid, and we just kill him instead. And Sethralus never shows up at all.
Yeah, where'd that
And
bitch
is
at? What the hell?
practically all of the lore for the Sethrak. And now for the real topic of this video. Why the hell aren't the Sethrak playable?
Yeah,
they have
true.
close cultural ties to the trolls already. They fit the archetype for these playable classes. They have customization options.
Great
and
questions.
If they had a slash dance emote, I'm sure it would look something like this. But instead of playable
Good grief.
Sethrak, the other prominent race in Vol'dun would become playable.
Yeah, instead of the giant Cobra towers, we got these. We got these. By the way, why the fuck are there foxtails on their... What are they, cutting off the tails of their own people? Did anybody question this? This is like hanging asses off of human architecture. What the hell's going on here? Is there some kind of like weird dark secret to Volpera that we don't know about yet? What's going on? These guys cannibals or something?
Instead of playable Sethrak, the
I've never paid
other
attention to
prominent
this.
race in Vol'dun would come...
Ooh. J-Will. Coming in with a rate of 4. Thank you, J-Will. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's interesting. We got questions I need answered from these guys.
The Volpera. And, like, there's lore about the Volpera, but...
Yeah.
God!
This is the lore about the Volpera. It's about a paragraph. What the fuck? We played through an entire quest chain with this amazing background lore, this whole religious divide, all this background shit going on, literally related to the raid and everything else, and we got Volpera.
There's just not a lot going on here.
We know why. It's
And yeah,
because of
I get
Moonguard.
it. I know that Volpera have lore that make them fit within the Horde. The Alliance attacked them. Their race of people desperately fending for...
Common Alliance W. That's an Alliance W right there.
Alliance attacked them.
That's why I
their
play
race of
Alliance.
People desperately fending for themselves and stuff, but
What's
to be
up,
frank,
J-Will?
They're just not as cool as Sethrak, and their furry, smug auras just perturb me. Am I complaining about lore that happened almost 7 years ago?
Rightfully
Yes.
so.
Am I still upset about it? Yes.
Should be.
But is there a possibility that Sethrak will be made
And
playable in
always
future
use
expansions?
another
J-Will, man. Thank the raid and the Prime sub. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Death Knight of our Scourge. Thank you, thank you. We get a shout out for J-Will.
doesn't seem likely, at least with the next couple of expansions. I'm confident that the Midnight expansion won't feature them at all, but maybe
Yeah, it's gonna be an elf
they'll be
expansion.
in the Last Titan.
Eh.
In the Dragonflight expansion, Sethrak models made of stone were featured as Titan Forge creations. These were called Refti and were servants for the dragons. There's a small bit of lore here that says that some of them were sent off to distant shores. So you
Okay.
can make the connection that the Sethrak used to be the Refti who were hit with the Curse of Flesh like other Titan Forge races, but this isn't confirmed, just speculation. And all that is to say, there's a big stretch that it might be possible that they're featured in a Titan-centric expansion.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
We missed
but
our
I
chance.
know if Sethrak ever did become a playable race, I would be one of the first ones to become a snake, and I'd be all like,
I'm a snake. I'm a slither
Such
little
a-
snake.
Such an old meme.
I'm a slither. Look at my tongue.
don't forget to join Raid 6
I would rather had him than
by
Drakthir, too.
scanning the QR code or clicking
Honestly.
the link down in the description.
Sethrak and the Last Titan. We can only wish. I think we missed our chance, guys. Look at that architecture. I mean, what a great race it would have been. We could have had them. And every time I see a Volpera in game, I remember why we don't have them. That's right. That's right. The furries won. It is what it is. Again, I'll preface it. I don't hate furries. You do what you want. You penetrate what you want, as long as it's, legal and you're not hurting anybody. But at the end of the day, the snake people, man, would have been a great addition to the game. Oh well. Nice video from Platinum. Wow.